You guys can see,
Everything's bad.
de detention 1, Mont jail. That means Montgomery jail or
Medical
Montgomery
officer.
County jail. And if you see that 2 at 10, that is their dispatch console at the jail. And apparently they're doing a radio check with with all the workers at the detention center. And this one is over at the Clarksburg location. Sorry, it's off of Wooten Parkway and Seven Locks Road. And if it says Monta Jail, then that's over in the Clarksburg area, or Boyd's, Maryland. So, but the system here is a simulcast system. That's why I bought this, because it does well in simulcast. Most scanners won't. I ended up selling the scanner, and I use the money to go towards this essentially. So this was pretty pricey, but I mean it works. And I followed the tutorials on NAS or non-affiliate scanning, but I didn't get anything at first because I didn't set up the what do you call it, the channel spacing for the FDMA and TDMA, and the channel offsets. So I got that set up, and I don't want to go into it either. You would have to message me directly, and if you want to know how I did this, setting it up, because to be honest, I would say, but I'm not gonna put myself out there, and you know what I mean. But it's not too complicated to set it up once you start getting the hang of it. I did it with the XTS. So let's say, for example, and I set the channels up. You can use the knob. You can push down and turn it. But I set it up. See? And you can also inhibit transmit. So if I hit one more down, it's gonna go directly onto the talk groups. And this thing did affiliate the other day. I had to get the guy who sold me this to help me unbrick it, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure he used APX like Depot to do it, which I need to get. So I don't have the money right now though. But yeah, see, Chevy Chase PD
4031, however, routine, nothing. System complaints waiting at a neighbor's house. Can you call them and tell them to meet us outside?
And that's the 5th district for the police there. So
21 University Boulevard West,
see.
Unit 419, Cross Street, Slio Creek Parkway. Assault BLS.
See how it. Alright, let's turn the volume up here a little bit on this XTS. This is a phase 1 radio right here. This is not a phase 2. That's why I got that one, because that one's phase 2.
Ambulance 742 see? Charlie, response 7 Alpha 1, box area 1614, 732.
It's pretty cool, huh? Right? It actually sounds. It's like a really cool sound when it comes out of both of them. And yes, I can even use it to, let's say I go to conventional, right? Meaning just regular, non-trunked, right? And I go to conventional, I can key it up. And it should. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, you heard that feedback, right? Testing. So yeah, so you guys heard that. So you just use conventional 11 to do that. I mean, you can go up to 16. This will only go up to 16 physical channels. You can make it go up. You can make it go to the actual trunking, to where the trunking channels are actually at.
In the area of Connecticut Avenue, Georgia Avenue, personal injury collision, BLS, ambulance 725, truck 725, paramedic engine 725, response 7 Alpha 1. Box area 25-1, 733.
But then with this one, you can inhibit TX. So it's inhibited. See? But you can't do anything with it, I can go back to 11, where the direct frequency is, and see it's inhibited. I did it with the EF Johnson too. I set that up for the frequencies, so all three could talk to each other and see their radio IDs too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm probably, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. If I'm going to sell it, if I'm going to keep it, I don't know yet. But Fairfax does work on here, because Fairfax is mostly phase 1 still for some odd reason. I have yet to program Fairfax into here. I'm going to have to individually do Fairfax Fire, Police, and the jail all individually under another trunking personality. So it'll be trunking personality 2, but I'll call it Fairfax, and then there'll be a third personality which will be called Prince William.
Responding.
Let's
First
see.
collision near Connecticut Avenue, Georgia Avenue.
Yeah, see, it didn't come over this one. So
Ambulance 742 Charlie, responding assault, VLS, Warwick Apartments 1131 University Boulevard West, Apartment 419.
ooh, an assault. Damn.
Remember ambulance 742 Charlie.
So yeah, let me
Truck 725 Montgomery, send me 2 more transport units.
Okay, truck 725, DLS okay?
I'm going to need an additional ALS provider as well.
Okay, truck 725 on the way.
That's crazy, right? I guess the collision was pretty bad. I don't know how far it is from here. It could be 5 miles away, it could be 10, I don't know for sure. I have to warn the areas. I mean, I don't know how these guys do it. I guess they're assigned to a specific areas called box. You know, because they say box area, blah blah blah. I'm assuming that's what it is. And when they go out over the main, because all these radios, well, their radios will be listening to a main dispatch channel, and then they say on channel 7A1 or 7B or whatever, right? Box area.
725. You know? We've dispatched ALS 725, and your 2 transports are going to be ambulance 740 and ambulance 742.
Okay,
That'll work. Thank you.
So I guess the ALS.
Georgia Avenue to assist units on scene, personal injury collision. ALS 725, ambulance 740, ambulance 742, response 7 Alpha 1, Box Area 25-1, 737.
And that's the time, 7:37. Well, it's actually 7:38 on the clock in here, but yeah, pretty close. So, yeah, that's I guess ALS means ambulance, and then, but he said 41 and 42, right? But he didn't say 7. So if he would have said 7, I would have. But she said 741, 742. So that's what they meant. They just abbreviated it pretty much, verbally. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I got a lot to warn, and these are a lot of people buy these on Facebook, and that's where I got this one. I'm not saying who sold me it. I'm not going to put him out there like that. He actually did me a solid. Me and him got frustrated with each other, but he did me a solid. So I'm not going to put him out there like that. And yeah, I'm hoping I can maybe swing him some more business. He really did me a solid. So. I was pretty frustrated with him though. I'll be honest with that. I was really frustrated with him, but it is what it is. I mean, I got it working, and he did me a solid. So now I'm gonna refer people to him for all their radio needs. Sales, service, and programming. But if you want me to program your radio,
Charlie to Montgomery, we are stage of the Kent Mill Center.
Kent Mill Center?
Montgomery Ambulance 742 Charlie, be advised, police have not been dispatched on this call. It does not seem that there are any security issues. You may proceed to the scene. You okay?
Let's go to the police and see what they're saying. I got 1 bar of battery left. Oh shit. Oh, let's just leave it on the fire. There's more activity. But yeah, I can even get my location too. It's pretty cool. And the time in UTC. So, yeah, whatever that means. I don't know what UTC means, to be honest. And then distance from here. Oh, so you could save as a waypoint, save as home, save as destination. And then there's no map with this, so you can't look at a map on the little screen and know where. You just have to look at the latitude and longitude as it changes, and go from there, which is vague, you know, very vague. But at least it works. I'm gonna learn how to text message between radios too. This one doesn't have the full keypad for obvious reasons. It's model like what 2. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, even the hospital too. Hospitals using encryption, so I can't hear them. And if
Italian 704 to Montgomery.
hang on.
Go ahead, Battalion 704.
Wow, it's loud.
Yeah, I'm on the scene, Georgia and Connecticut. Got one vehicle. Right now we have 4 traumas. Put the units on this wreck on Alpha 343.
Wow.
Okay, Battalion 704. Units on Connecticut Avenue, Georgia Avenue. Switch to 7 Alpha 3. 7 Alpha 3 for operation.
Georgia and Connecticut. That's kind of far from here. I mean, I could probably get there in like maybe 20 minutes from my current location. I mean, but I don't know how long they would be there for. But they're obviously consulting with Shady Grove Hospital, which is encrypted, which is an encrypted channel. And the encryption is radio to radio. It's not actually through the actual radio system. The system hosts the radios, but the encryption ultimately comes from these.
Yes, sir. You advised 4 traumas. You only have 3 transport units. You want us to get a 4th transport unit started?
Yeah, see, it's kind of actually. I need to take those out because I didn't know that they were going to be encrypted. I looked at radio reference and I just saw T. I didn't see the TE, and TE means TDMA, encrypted. Now they can go unencrypted. They can probably push a couple buttons on the radio and they can go in the clear, and then it's illegal to hear it, right? But I want you people to know that, and yeah, I do believe in transparency and everything. I'd rather it be in the clear, but however, I'm not going to break a law by trying to listen to encrypted channels. That's just senseless, right?
Unit 1111, Cross Street, Chevy Chase Lake Drive, trouble breathing, ALS1, paramedic engine 720, medics 741, response 7 Alpha 1, Fox Sierra 71.
Chevy Chase Lake Drive. I'm trying to think where it's at. I mean, Connecticut and Chevy Chase Lake Drive. I'm trying to remember where it's at.
18,401 Burtfield Drive, Cross Street.
It's already 7:40. I mean, I was actually going to go down to the Starbucks in Chevy Chase, but it's already getting late. It's 7:43, I mean, I probably could. I could probably leave it at like 11 or something and still be okay, So, but yeah, like I said, I would love to not see encryption on these radios, but however, it is what it is. Until they can pass a law that says that they have to get rid of it or they can't use it, there's not much I can do. I'm not gonna do anything to listen to it. That's just stupid and senseless. Now, however, you can legally use a radio to listen. You just can't transmit, right? So, onto their system, and that's why you do non-affiliate scan and you inhibit the transmit and do receive only personality, and try to change the transmit frequencies or whatever you gotta do, right? The receive frequencies are fine. You can receive all day, every day, and that's fine. You just can't transmit. So I did everything that I could to not transmit and make sure it doesn't transmit, right? That's why you put that hardware key in there saying transmit inhibit on, right? So, But now if you're doing conventional, if you're just doing from radio to radio, like you're in the mountains or something and you want to talk to your buddy and you got one of these, yeah, I mean, you really do need like an LMR license to do it. But, you know, you can still do it. You just take a risk at it, you know. Now, if you can get an FRS radio, then you're okay. But it has to be FRS. If it's a GMRS, you gotta get that little like license. You know what I mean? But you can. But now certain radios you can't use with those frequencies. I mean, you're not supposed to. A lot of people do. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of a gray area, right? I'm not going to encourage it. I mean, if you want to try, go ahead. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, it's pretty cool to set up non-affiliate scan, especially when you don't have a scan, you know, like a SDS 100. Those are like super expensive. These you can get for a little bit cheaper. I probably could, with all the money I spent, I probably could have got an SDS scanner. But then, you know, the audio quality is okay. Or could have got like a Unication G5 or something, you know, that had like UHF and then the 700 like 800. Then you don't have to go through and take risks and all that stuff, you know, of possibly affiliating and transmitting onto a system. But it's a challenge to set it up, you know. It's kind of fun to, you know, the WarNet stuff, you know.
95, mutual aid, Prince George's County. Personal injury collision with CPR in progress. Paramedic engine 712, medic 712, race squad 715, spawn 8 Alpha 1, Prince George's box area.
Wow.
3450, 1046.
Yeah, those are the calls you really don't want to hear, like CPR in progress or DOA. I heard that last night. I think it was out of somewhere in Fairfax. I heard it on the XTS while I was in a parking garage, and I heard it. And I went to Broadcastify because I have a radio reference account. I went to Broadcastify and I actually downloaded the actual, like, you know, the actual, like, audio from it. It's like 40 seconds, and I sent it to my girlfriend. I'm like, damn, this sucks. Yeah, there's a lot of, that's something that you really don't want to hear. You really don't want to hear like a DOA call or a CPR in progress call. It's just kind of a dark thing to hear. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what the outcome is. If it's DOA, you definitely know what the outcome. If it says CPR in progress, you don't know what the outcome is going to be for that person. And it's, you know. But it's also, but yeah, like I said, if you have a scanner and you know what's going on, and you got like first responder training in advance, you know, first responder training and just whatever, and you're like, let's say you're a couple blocks away, a couple miles away, a couple minutes away from that, you know, by all means, you could probably go there and you could probably try to render aid, especially if it's a multiple like incident situation. You could try to render aid, and you're protected under the Good Samaritan Act, right? So.
Connecticut Avenue and Georgia Avenue. To assist units on scene. Personal injury collision. BLS. Paramedic engine 721. Response 7 Alpha 3. Box area 25-1. 747.
That's 749, but yeah, that's pretty. That must be pretty big over there. That's over by that Home Depot, in Aspen Hill, Georgia Avenue, Connecticut. It kind of Georgia Avenue is 97, and Connecticut. I forgot what the number is for Connecticut, but I could technically get over there. Yeah, like I said, in about 20 minutes, I can be over there in about 20 minutes. If I go to the Wendy's way up here and make a right and keep going down, I think it's called Norbeck Road or something like that, I can get over there pretty quick, you know. So, because then I can hit up Georgia Avenue and go and make a right turn on the Georgia Avenue, stay in the right lane, and I'll hit up Connecticut Avenue in about 2 miles from there. And Home Depot's to my right. I could easily get over there. And there's a laundromat that's open 24 hours, and there used to be a Kmart right there too. So, Yeah, I know exactly where that area is at. Thought that was a friend of mine right there walking. I was like, I haven't seen him in a while, but no. So yeah, yeah, like I said, you really don't want to hear DOA calls and all that. It's pretty dark to hear, you know. So.
The Georgia and Connecticut single vehicle rollover, 4 patients, all of which are going to be charged to trauma. Ambulance 725 is taking an adult female and a child to Nova Fairfax. Ambulance 742 and ambulance 740 both have single patients as they go to Suburban. Once engine 721 gets here, you'll be clearing the scene shortly thereafter.
Montgomery's okay. 749.
So they're sending.
Seizure ALS1. ALS 742, response 7 Alpha 1.
Sending 2 to Nova Fairfax, and I think 1 to Suburban, which is further down. If you go down Old Georgetown Road, it's close. It's like right in Bethesda there. And the National Institutes of Health is right across the street too. That's pretty crazy. So. Just imagine if we had a bigger disaster that had like major catastrophe type stuff. That chatter would be crazy, right? Like, especially with a house fire or an apartment fire, you hear a lot of that radio would never shut up for a while, right? Or like when that tornado hit, that house, you know, those houses up in Gaithersburg and everything. Yeah, the chatter was endless. But I didn't have a radio like this at the time. I only had the
6530 Democracy Boulevard, unit 127, Bed B, Bravo, Cross Street, Rockledge Drive. Hemorrhage, ALS1, paramedic engine, 726, ambulance 726, response 7 Alpha 1, box area 265, 751.
That's that nursing home right there on Democracy, right on Rock. It's right before 270, and there's actually a fire station right there on the same side, or literally like 2 blocks away, literally 2 blocks away. So they're probably calling for those apparatuses that are stationed over there, and they can literally be right there in probably about a minute, once they pull out of the the bay doors, you know. So yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get out this thing. I just wanted to show you guys that I did non-affiliate scan very successfully. I'm willing to assist people with setting up their code plug for them. Just send, they gotta send me the code plug and I'll set it up. I do ask for a donation though, because it is taking a lot of time. It does take a lot of time to do it. I gotta sit here in the seat or in the back and be all my back hurting and everything, and being up for hours doing research on the talk group hex codes and all that stuff. And so I would ask for a decent donation, and just look out for me as I set up your code plug for you, and then send it right back to you once it's fully completed and tested or something, right? If you're my area, Fairfax, Montgomery, Prince William, Frederick, Baltimore, Prince George's, DC, yeah, I could probably get those set up and make sure it works first on this APX, and then go from there. So I'm not sure yet. I mean, I would have to do some more research if I can use the same code that it can travel between different models, or it has to be the same that model. I don't know yet. So I could always migrate. I can always try to migrate it, I guess, to another APX code plug. You could try. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing, and and hit me up in the comments below and let me know what you guys think, and have a great day. Okay.